Hi, and welcome to the Saturday Night Sleepover podcast. I'm your host, Charli, and I started this podcast because I'm good at two things. One, making friends, and two, telling stories. So you get to participate in that by listening. Welcome to the sleepover. It's Saturday night. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Saturday Night Sleepover. I'm your host, Charli, and today I've decided to do a solo episode. It has been a really busy phase of life for the past few weeks, and I feel like everybody that I've talked to is going through something. It's not just me or whatever. So that has led to a few cancellations over the past few weeks, and so I've already used all of my backup people usually, there are a couple other people I could have reached out to, but last night I went to Pod Circle. Well, I go to Pod Circle every fourth Thursday. And I am known for peer pressuring and pushing people into going out of their comfort zone and just push record and just do the things. And so I thought, well, I might as well take a sip of my own medicine because I've had a lot on my plate and this week and next week, and I let's take a stab at doing another solo episode. So let's see where we're at. And so here we are. The reason why I have a lot going on is because we are going to be on a trip to Utah starting as soon as Colton gets home from work today. It's like my job today to get up and get all the things done that we need to get done in order to drive out to Utah because I've had somebody pass away in the family, and it's a close family member, and I'm mentioning it on the podcast because through this whole process, it's been over the last 6 months, and through this whole podcast or process, I have learned that not enough people are talking about after death affairs in just regular conversation, and I realize that it makes people uncomfortable because I see the look on their faces when I'm like, we're dealing with this and this today, and I'm like, why do we even not why have we not normalized this? Because there are so many things that happens after a person dies that it's like they didn't tell you about, so they who's they but there are so many things that are not talked about, for example, a lot of people that I know who've had family members pass away, they usually have a spouse or something, and so that situation makes it so all of their business affairs can be taken care of by the spouse. So for example, the spouse is still alive, so they'll probably still pay the mortgage or whatever other outstanding bills there are. They know where the passwords are to the bank accounts or whatever. There's so many things like that, but the person that passed away in our family didn't have a spouse, so all of those things just one day became other people's responsibility. And so there's so many things that we're learning. For example, you can't use somebody who's passed away's money to pay their outstanding bills until you do move the money into an estate account. And so that's just one example of people don't think about it or don't talk to you about it after death, that it's why are we not talking about this? This is a huge burden for so many people. And so I just wanted to get on here and normalize. It's okay to talk about these things. I mean, I don't know if I'm the authority on culture and society, but I think that we should be like reaching out to uh, other people that are in this situation and being like, hey, I don't know what to tell you right now. I'm so sorry about your loss. And here is my experience, or maybe not like inserting yourself into somebody else's situation, but like what I have been doing is like my family that is still alive, I like remind them all the time, hey, please go to a lawyer because I will never do this again. Like this is the absolute worst. Like I do not want to be making um important after death decisions when I'm that distraught and sad about the person not being in my life anymore. It's so all that to say, don't um dance around it with your family. Like it is so, as a person on the other side, it is so much um work that you probably don't want to, or well, not want. It is so much of a something. It's a heavy lift, and it's um, okay to ask your living family before they pass away to help you lift that. And I think that we should be talking about that more frequently in our American culture. Um, because, like, you will not believe how much it costs your family for you to die. It's insane. Um, but so all that to say, we're going to Utah. We're leaving. We're driving, and we're leaving later tonight because we are wanting to take the truck out because we have a lot of work to get done. And but we do have a lot of work to get done, so we will be pretty preoccupied with all of that. Um, and I have booked the Cedar City Library West Room on um, July 2nd. So if you're one of my Southern Utah peeps or anywhere in the region that you would be comfortable coming, I would love to see you at the Cedar City Library on July 2nd from 5 to 7. I'm going to have a karaoke party because through all of this work, I'm going to need to have something to look forward to. Um, so I've made this little plan to. I went and got a karaoke machine from Walmart here in Arkansas because I'm pretty sure they don't carry them at the Walmarts in Utah because I have noticed that karaoke is like a cultural thing of maybe it's the South, maybe it's Arkansas, I'm not sure, but it's not as popular in Utah as it is here. Maybe because all of the Mormons are singing at church together and they just don't see the need to do it outside of church. But let me tell you, it is one of the parts of the culture in Arkansas that I have embraced 100% fully, and I love it so much. So I'm going to be bringing that to the Cedar City Library on July 2nd. And it was funny because actually, shout out to the Cedar City Library because when I just called and I was like, "Hi, I used to live in Cedar City, but I don't live in Cedar City anymore. I don't have a library card anymore, but do you guys have any spaces that would be appropriate for me to throw a karaoke party?" And the girl on the end of the phone was like, "Oh, yeah, let me talk to my boss about that." And so she went and talked to her boss, and then she was like, we had church groups that have sung in there before, so as long as you guys aren't being too like rowdy or loud, that it disturbs other patrons, I think it's okay. And I was like, great, thanks. I promise that I will. Yes, ma'am. I will be very respectful. I promise. And then I told Golden that, and he was like, "Are you sure she didn't think you were 12?" And I was like, "I'm pretty sure she knew I was a grown up." But then I was like, "So how much does it cost?" And she was like, "Oh, it's free." And I was like, "Really? Even if I don't have a library card?" She's like, "Yeah, I got you down." I was like, "Do you want my phone number or email or anything?" And she was like, No, I've got you down. For the West Room at Cedar City Library on July 2nd from 5 to 7 p.m. We'll see you there. And I was like, oh, thanks. It was just like so easy. Like, and I feel like shout out to libraries, man, and specifically the Cedar City Library, because that is like a resource that people don't really think of as something that would be offered at a library or offered to the community as something that is important, is like a space to like sit in and meet in. Because like Fayetteville Public Library has been so lovely to work with for Pod Circle. Like I get to meet new podcasters like every month at Pod Circle, and it's so enriching for me to use that library space. Like it just libraries are amazing. And if you don't have a library card, go get one right now, because even if you don't use it, it still contributes to their numbers and makes them like justified in being open. I think it's so libraries are so important. It's like the last place in American culture. I don't know, maybe there's other places in culture outside of America that I don't know about, but it's like the last place in American culture that you can just go and exist in a space. You don't have to purchase anything. You don't have to listen to a timeshare rant. You don't have to none of that. You just can be a human existing with other humans. And they say, here, come read, come use our resources, because we realize that community is important. And I just think that that is such a vital piece of our community that if we don't nurture it, it might not stick around for a while. So support your local librarian, support your local library. Excuse me. Sorry, I just sneezed. Excuse me. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. Anyway, so libraries are amazing. And this has been your lesson that like death is never fun for anyone, but be thinking about it, because it's important that you have a plan. And so I have like been that person in my family group chat that's like, hey, please have a plan. Just so you know, like this is my life right now. It'd be great if I didn't have to have this be my life in the future. Which maybe that's pretty morbid, but I think it's important. Other things I have to do today are I have to pack, and then I have to clean out the truck that we're taking. And like, I think I'm going to take it to one of those car washes that have like a vacuum. Like you don't have to pay for the vacuum. So that way I can just like fully get it clean, because I'm going to be living in it for the next 3 days. Woof. And we're taking Doug. Doug is going back to Utah. So he's not going to know what to do with himself, because the past few times we've come back to Utah, we've flown. And so I don't really want to take a dog on an airplane. I do not. That is not a desire of mine. So I've had people watch him or taking him to the borders. But I think he's going to be so excited, because he lives, I mean, he spends a lot of time in the house by himself, which, I mean, maybe that makes me a bad dog owner, but he has access to everything he needs, and he's the goodest boy ever. But Colton and I are at work all day, and so when he gets a chance to like be with us all day, he's just like so excited. So he's gonna be with us for like 24/7 for the next like 10 days, and he's gonna be so sick of us by the end of this trip. He's gonna be like, please go back to work. I just want to lay and sleep, because I think that's what he does for most of the day, because he's getting older. He's not like an old dog, but he doesn't act like an old dog at all. But he was born in 2017, so however old that is, that's like getting close to 10 years. It's like 7 years. I'm bad at math. I was homeschooled. I don't know. But anyway, Um, so Doug's coming with us, and so I have to like pack Doug up, and I have to pack myself up. I have not started that at all. But since we're taking the truck, I think I'm gonna pack in a tote because then it can go in the back of the truck, and I don't feel like it's gonna get like, I don't know. I like worry that it's gonna get rained on or something if it's in the back. So I usually, if we're taking the truck, I like to pack in a tote. But Colin gets so embarrassed if we ever have to go to a hotel, and I've packed in a tote because he everybody else has their like dainty little suitcases, and I'm like heaving in this like uh plastic tote full of my belongings. Oh man. It is a little embarrassing now that I'm thinking about it, but it's okay. The only hotel that we're gonna stay at is in Wichita, so I think I'm okay with the people of Wichita seeing me carrying in a plastic tote. It'll be fine. Oh my gosh, I have so much to do. And I woke up this morning and I was like, I don't want to do any of it. I just want to lay in this bed for the next 10 hours because before I left work, I like put together an entire like 5-page packet for while I'm gone so that every person knows exactly what they're doing of my responsibilities so that it's like plug and play really easy because I try to be a good coworker like that. Maybe that makes me sound like I'm really controlling, but I have a lot of responsibilities at work and I just don't want any of them to go like undone because I I don't want to come back to a mess. So I I put together like a 5-page uh uh packet, and then every person that is involved with like covering for me, I like had at least 2 meetings with them where I walked them through. Oh my gosh, I sound crazy, but I really am like just trying to be a good coworker and like trying not to have like things go undone while I'm gone because like I while I'm gone there are some like bigger responsibilities that are taking place that like I'm leading on uh like other entities. Like I normally lean on these entities, but like normally they have me as support and I'm not gonna be there to support them. And so I'm like really making sure that they like, all right, last call for supplies, last call for this, like I'm leaving for sure. And they all have been like, yeah, you're good, totally good, let's go. And my boss like came in my doorway and was like, uh I just want to say thank you so much for all the work that you've done to like make sure that we're all lined out. Like it makes it so much easier that you're going to be gone and you like I feel totally confident that your responsibilities are going to be taken care of. And so if it makes me feel a little better that I'm not like going crazy by like I don't know. Maybe I am going crazy, but uh I'm not being so controlling. It makes me feel like I'm not exactly controlling, I guess. But um anyway, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. That's up to you, I guess. I'm exposed. Ooh! Anyway, so all that to say that I have spent the last like several days doing the things that I already have to do on the daily and like doubling up on like making sure that the next like 10 days are completely covered. So, um, I'm tired and I don't want to do the things that I have to do to get the chores ready. I don't want to be a grown up, but I have to be. At least I like enjoy cleaning cars. So, um, like it's therapeutic and soothing for me. So at least that's one chore that I know that I'm gonna enjoy once I like start doing it. But just the act of like putting on clothes and driving to the car wash is not sounding very appealing to me right now. But I gotta do it. Anyway, Thank you so much for tuning in this week. It has been a solo episode. I'm not extremely comfortable doing solo episodes, so this is me outside my comfort zone. Thank you for being present for that, and come to the Cedar City Library if you're in Southern Utah on July 2nd, and we're gonna have a karaoke party. And details are on my Instagram if you follow me, which you probably do if we're friends. Okay. Love you. Bye.